try this again. My goodness. So, new app. Hopefully it will work because I just purchased it. Because I wanted to be able to I'll show you these Maritime Moments cards. So let me first introduce myself. I'm Shelley Godby, and for 24 years, I've been teaching you how to create hand-stamped smiles through my YouTube videos, my Stamping Smiles blog, and my mailing list. Okay, so I'm always here on a Tuesday evening, almost for 2 years. We're getting to your anniversary without fail. And not that something couldn't come up, I'm sure it will someday, but in the last 2 years, not. And sometimes I come in a Thursday or Friday evening, or maybe a Saturday, but it's the middle of the afternoon because I'm busy this evening and tomorrow evening. Okay, so let's have, oh, Miss Bonnie B. Well, hello. All right. All right, Miss Bonnie B. The troubles continued, and with that app, and I reinstalled it 3 times, my phone, and so I just bought a whole new app and Restream, the service that I use. They gave me suggestions, and this worked. So let's have a look, and I'm going to show you at the Maritime Moments kit. And it comes with the tear and tape adhesive. This is an all-inclusive kit. It has everything you need to make these cards. Now, the stamps go on here. I already have mine mounted on other blocks just to make it quicker and easier to do. But it's nice to have something that is masculine. Oh, Miss Bonnie B, I sure appreciate that. And then we get the cards in envelopes. Look at that, the coordinating envelope. Isn't that cool? Okay, and so this makes 6 cards, 2 of each of the 3 designs. I just love a beautiful envelope. They'll open it up and, oh, so cool. All right, and so, we've got the tear and tape adhesive. We've got the little mini Stampin', there we go, dimensionals. Our gray granite Stampin' Spot. A clear mount block, and just to save time, I'm going to just use my own. And, these are nice. It's all inclusive, but they're flat. I really prefer the ones with the grooves. They're comfortable to hang on to. And we've got some linen thread, I would say. And then our elements. So let's pull out our elements. And one thing I'll say is, because yesterday afternoon I was just cranking along, getting a bunch of stuff done, and I looked at everything I needed for each card. And the first card I did, after I had it all together with all the dimensionals, I realized I was supposed to stamp. And I know better. I know so better than the stunt I pulled. I tried stamping with the dimensionals on there. Yeah, that didn't work. So we will follow the instructions. And so, yeah, it's a shame that I did that. And they do include really good instructions. And so they show you all the elements you need for each. And then these open circles, those are the dimensionals. And the solid little circles, those are the mini glue dots, which, here we go. Put those right there. I've already managed to, I think, take one. Okay, so let's go ahead, and for the first one, we're going to use this card. Okay. And let's get the rest of the elements. And stamp first. We need this. Isn't that just beautiful? And we're going to make it even better. And then this goes with it. And while I have all these, I'm just going to go ahead and pop them out of there. All right, so the kits, what a great way for us to introduce stamping to somebody who's new. We need, for this one, we need this. All right, here. And, but even though I am far from a new stamper, I really enjoy something all designed for me to sit down and just play. And my ladies at church, well, we're getting together Saturday. We're going to be doing that garden one with the gate and all that. And I wanted to have this kit put together to show them as yet another option. There are so many great options. Like, oh, yeah. Oh, Miss Cheryl. Well, perfect timing because I had trouble with the first one. And so good. All right. And then we need and Miss Kathy. Hello. All right. And best wishes for a perfect day. So we're just getting all of this punched out. And so it looks like a whole lot more. Now, if you speak more than one language or have someone, you've got all that extra. For me, that's going in the trash. Okay, look at that. Voila. And I enjoy these. They're just so peaceful unless I do something stupid like and then try to stamp without taking it off. I tell you, some days I just have to wonder about myself. Okay, so for this one, look what we're going to do. We're using it's another lighthouse. It's this image right here. And this is to put behind the stamp so you can see them, on the acrylic sheet. It's really handy. All right, and so that needs to nestle in right in here. And we want to go right to the edge because it's designed, it goes up a little bit and that'll go up and over. Let me move up, sorry. It'll go up and over that if we hit it right. Okay, and so I could use the gray granite spot, but you know what? Since I'm not a brand new stamper with limited supplies, I'm going to go ahead and use what I have. And I really like using the full-size pad. So that's the uh, gray granite classic Stampin' pad. Oh, Miss Cheryl's already liked it. Oh, Miss Cheryl put these together yesterday. I didn't remember you getting these. Okay, this is a brand new kit. I think I'm not quite straight. Let me turn. There we go. So we'll ink this up. And so Miss Cheryl knows what I'm talking about. Getting this up and over that. So just go to the edge. I don't have to try to see through, but isn't that adorable? Okay, let's go ahead and close that because it'll be a little bit before we start putting things together. So the directions show me to use dimensionals on here and a lot. Sticky strip on here. Dimensionals on this. And right here, sticky strip. Okay, so let's start with the sticky strip. Not sticky strip, that's what it used to be called. It's tear and tape adhesive, much nicer than the sticky strip. The sticky strip was a really good adhesive, but you couldn't get the backing off. It had this static cling that you just couldn't get off. Oh, Miss, I'm sorry, I'm blurring. Mario, huh? Okay, Miss Mario is here. Or Mr. Mario sounds like a guy. Fellow hobbyist, Scotland. Oh, cool. All right. And all right, for this one, but the tear and tape, literally, you just tear it. That is so easy. That sticky strip, if you remember what I'm talking about, had that red backing. And I like to press down because then it just comes off so much easier for me. If it's making really good contact with um, the paper, cardstock, whatever. And so these are little minis, which work out well because we've got some areas for small, and that would be why they're having us use so many on this, because it's having us do not just the corners, but the centers. Okay, might take your pick to see that extra support. I don't know, that would be enough. And I stamped already. Okay. It is a mister. That's what I thought. Mario sure sounded like. But then, some women use their husband's account. But yeah, well, we're so glad you're here with us. All right. Oh, I was going to add. I should have put. Well, you know what? It had to be all right. Felt like it just needed more. So, was that our greeting? Oh, we have an embellishment right here. Okay. This needs the mini glue dots. So pick that up and let's see. Showing one right here. All right. These are really beautiful cards. And I think my ladies are going to really like it because, we love the flowers, but masculine isn't as easy to come by, and this is a really sharp masculine set. And, here in Michigan, boating is a big thing for all the fishing and boating just for uh, sheer pleasure because, we are surrounded by some really big lakes. I was listening to something the other day, and they said the Great Lakes, I think, are 20% of the fresh water in the whole world. Like, wow, that's significant. All right. And so, oh, from Vegas. Okay. My husband and I eloped to Vegas. And it lasted for 32 years until he went home to be with the Lord. So it worked out well for us. Okay, so let's get all of these off. Okay. And these kits, like I said, the ladies at church were using them for fundraisers for youth camp scholarships. Well, they are having a blast. It started off to be once a quarter, maybe every other month, but now we get together every month, and it's getting the kits. We get at least two a month, sometimes three, and there are so the kits have gotten so good. It's trying to decide which one. Like, okay, and last time they had to vote, we'll end up doing them all. Okay, that's a really good adhesive. I wasn't quite as even as I'd like. Okay, there we go. Isn't that pretty? And that's why it goes with the blue. They even showed you which ones to put it with. Very sharp. That does add a nice touch. Yes. And the greetings are good. Best wishes for a perfect day to a great guy. So it's not as if the greetings in celebrate with SAIL, the good life. So, because, admittedly, sometimes we have some very odd greetings. We really do. But these are all very, very usable. Okay. And then look at this. How easy. But satisfying too, because when you're done, they look so good. And there we go. There is card number 1. Very, very nice. Okay, let's move on to card number 2. And I'm just going to go in order of the instructions. I find that easiest. Okay, and we want this. And it will still be turned on its side. We get this one. What else do we need with this? Oh, the sailboat. This is interesting. You'll like this. The sailboat. Turning that upside down. The anchor, and we need to mess with the linen thread with that. And to a great guy. So all of this is for the last one. Okay. So this one is really simple, other than I thought about having the linen thread done first, but we'll just hang out. Okay. So we're just going to make ourselves a little knot to hang on here. And I just got a new kit today, but I think I'm going to need to put it together because I was going to show you all the elements. And it's one of the clean and simple ones. And I really favor clean and simple. But I think it needs to be put together because it looked, just the elements wasn't great. Not colorful because there's a lot of white. And I really like those type of cards. Okay, that's just going through so easily, isn't it? Maybe I should have had this done. There we go. There we go. Okay. Oh, and I was supposed to measure it first, and not quite because I didn't get all of it. I'm a little rattled from the whole app thing, but we got it. Oh, Miss Lynn is here too. Well, hello. Okay. And hopefully nobody calls. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, but not for quite this late because I expected to have the video done by the time I was able to get everything worked out. Okay, got it, got it, got it. And so, okay, let's chat while I'm just fooling with this retiring list. Oh my goodness, it's out. And, what happens? Products become available only while supplies last. And before you know it, a favorite gets gone because once they're gone, they're just gone. So I recommend you checking it out. And there are some really heavy discounts on there. I've been featuring some stamp sets with dies that are up to 60% off. Like last week, I showed you the stippled roses. That's been really popular. I mean, how do you not grab that? I mean, it's a beautiful stamp set, stamp and die set, but those savings, just can't pass those up. And that was one of them that there was no need to color. You just stamp because there's so much detail in it. There's absolutely no reason to color unless you just really want to. All right. Yeah, I think Miss Shirley's gotten hooked on the kits. That's what I've noticed. Okay, so that's done. Okay, we've got some stamping to do on here. And for this one, it's the sailboat. So I'll have to ask Miss Shirley. I think do you use the spots or do you go for your full-size pads when you put these kits together? And so what it's showing us to do, which at first you're thinking, oh no, that's not right. But we're going to stamp and it's going to go over the sailboat. Like, well, that's not a good look. Well, never fear. Oh, we need another stamp for this one because this will go right over top. And this is adding some really nice decoration for our greeting. I'm excited to see what the ladies have to say about this. I'm going to go ahead and close this, push, flip, click into place. All right, so now let's get busy. Okay, dimensionals. Oh, that's a dimensional. Okay. I don't think I used a dimensional when I did mine. I just assumed it was a mini glue dot, but this actually makes more sense. Okay. And how many? They're showing 4. And if you use what they show you, you will have enough supplies. One time I got a little crazy with the tear and tape. Yeah, there wasn't enough. I mean, I had more, but I was able to tell the ladies when we did them at church, yeah, follow the directions. Don't go overboard. Oh, okay, and this will go on, I'm sure, with dimensionals too. Yes, yes, it will. Oh, okay, you use the spots. Well, it's good to have them, and now you're getting a really nice collection of colors for other things then. I know with the paper pumpkin kits, in a year they strive not to repeat a color, so you have a really nice assortment. So these kits, they are all in the online exclusives, and there's a link under the video to that category for you. And so that's where you find them. I mean, you might see one pictured in a catalog to show that we have kits, but when we're getting a minimum of 2 new kits every month, you have to go check out the collection, and there's just such a beautiful variety there. And then, paper pumpkin. That is so much fun. You get a little hint ahead of time, but you get this fun surprise to your mailbox every month with a kit and all inclusive. And that's where they really strive not to repeat a color for a year, the Stampin' Spots. So you can get yourself a nice collection. And then you can get refills, for those spots because they're only 1-inch square. And so something that small, dries out, but you can get a refill, eventually. Okay, that makes a lot more sense with the dimensional. I'll have to go back to my other one and take it off. Okay, and then this is the kuda. Okay, this is the cool part. It was right there in my head, and it didn't come out. You know what my husband would say? He says, my tongue got wrapped around my eye tooth, and I couldn't see what I was saying. That's what happened. And there we go. That's number 2, and that's even with fussing with that. Aren't these just gorgeous or what? I mean, seriously, these are so pretty. I can leave those here so you can still see them, unless you think it's too distracting. And then our last one, oh, green and blue. Love green and blue. Okay, and so you know what? The stamps, when I'm done, I need to clean them. You know how I tell you that this is a really nice purple? That's how it starts off. But, and I store mine in one of these clear cases. It ends up looking like this in no time, but the Simply Chamois grabs the ink and it stays on there for your clear stamps. So I promise they start off like this, but the case is really nice because then you can get it damp, leave it in there without hurting your surface and drying out on you. Okay, so let's do the part. Let's do this. And paper pumpkin, you know, starting with, well, will it be this one? Maybe not. Maybe next month. We're going to start earning Stampin' rewards. Oh, thank you, Miss Lynn. I like it. But then I really love a watercolored look. So masculine, the watercolored look, this is just so my style. So now they want us to use more of this. And I thought, oh, this will be horribly hard. It wasn't. We're just going to wrap it around a few times. And they do give you the measurements. And if you take the time, they even include the ruler. All right, so this one tells me 14 inches. Okay. And so here we go. From here to here is 9. I don't know that I use that much. There's 9. And 5 more from here. Whoops, it would help if I did this. Okay, I'm not measuring. I don't feel like it. I've got plenty because I'm on my last card. So see, you even have plenty of that. Okay. And so I thought, oh, they'll stick it down with a mini glue dot. They didn't. They end up tying it on the back. I'm like, okay, I can do that. Just leave myself a tail, wrap this around a few times. I don't want to be all the way down to the bottom because I need a mini glue dot there. And, you know, and if you don't want to add this step, you could. And one of my ladies, oh, just hates fussing with any type of ribbon. And she'll say, yes, but it looks better with it, and we'll do it anyway. So that cracks me up. And it does. It's a nice touch. There we go. And so, yeah, you'll have some left over. And I always have leftover adhesive, which I save and use. All right. So this is the second video this week that my face is flushed the whole time from the technical troubles. I mean, I don't feel upset anymore, but it takes a while for my face to find out I'm not. Like, whew, no one needs any blush when this is going on. I should have made the tails really, really long because I had so much left over. And I didn't even have this much of a tail on the other one. But you know, it's very different when you're sitting by yourself and feeling like you're holding somebody up. So paper pumpkin, yeah, now you don't have to go to a different website. You can just go to my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com, and subscribe right there, month to month, or you can do a prepaid. There we go. All right. Oh, and see, isn't that nice? That adds a lot, you know, and I wasn't perfectly straight and I wasn't trying to be. And so now let's do our adhesive. Whew, I got that over so I can just calm my little self down. All right, mini glue dot or mini Stampin' Dimensionals. That makes sense to support his head. And so, yeah, I think Miss Cheryl subscribed to Paper Pumpkin, and you're enjoying it, right? Oh, you used a glue dot. Yeah, I tend to go, well, let me see how the directions go. But you know, that would have made sense that they had us do that if we didn't have mini glue dots included, wouldn't you say? But we have mini glue dots, like, whatever. Okay, now here in the directions, they showed to put, to me on the back side, that must be the front, So I did this. That didn't make sense because the weight needs to go on there. So we're going to put them, they need to be, let me think. Yeah, they need to be on this side. And so their pictures must be the front view. I don't know, or somebody messed up because it's the opposite of what they showed us because the way it's going on there. Okay, let's just go ahead while I have this in my hand and get that backing off. Oh, Miss Cheryl loves paper pumpkin. Oh, good. Good. It is a fun surprise, and they've just gotten so good. And when they came out, I subscribed and wasn't in love, and but the quality, I mean, that was, we're talking, I think that's like 15 years, definitely 10, if not 15. I know where we were, so I'd have to think about that, but at least a decade. Well, they have so improved and become really desirable. Okay. Let's do this and keep going. Oh yeah, because I tore stuff apart and used it again, so not quite enough. All right, what else do I need to do? Oh, we need to stamp. I didn't put, okay, good. I didn't put anything on there yet. Phew. And one of my sweet stampers from Connecticut is coming to see me Saturday. How exciting is that? They've been here before, and they're coming back. She and her husband, and of course, I hadn't talked to her husband before last time, but he was one of those people you felt like you've known forever. So I'm really looking forward to that. That'll be fun. So stamping with my my ladies at church that morning, and then they'll be here later in the afternoon. And okay, and so these are the birds. Very nice. And you know what's cool about this? When you're done, you're going to have all of these stamps. It's an all-inclusive kit, but you still have the stamp sets. And so I'm going to suggest the ladies keep one of the boxes and put all their stamps in there, the greeting sets, because you don't always love the greeting that came with it, or, just not the most appropriate, I should say, or you had something else in mind. So I want them to keep all of their greeting sets together and bring them with them so they can customize. And they're going to have a really good shot of fitting the images because they all fit on the block that come with these kits. That block's always the same size. So I'm going to make that suggestion Saturday. All right, so let's get these off. All right. So yeah, paper pumpkin, you can just go month to month and see what you think. And if you enjoy Stampin' Up! Kits, I expect that you will get hooked on those too. And didn't I press down? I think I pressed all, and see how easy that backing comes off when you go ahead and press down first. There we go. And I already have that linen thread part done. So now it's just putting the rest of it together. Okay. And this base, the greens and blues. So let's just place without, I tuck them all together. Okay. Let's put these down without pressing because, we want them to be equal distance. So equal distance from the top and the bottom, and then even in between. And when I did my others, I found myself needing to make a quick adjustment. Push this one up a little bit. And I think these would make great gifts. If you've got a friend or children or grandchildren you want to introduce to stamping, this is just so easy for you. There's no prep. easy for them to do and just get amazing results. And that's where the ladies in church, I start off picking no stamping kits, and those are the ones we use for the church wide, the every other month, and then these ladies, a little bit more avid, we've upgraded to ones with stamping, but it's still really easy. So, what a great way to introduce someone to this. Or, I had a downline who, with her daughter in college, just didn't have room for hardly anything. And so this gave her that creative outlet without taking up don't you love that precious space in her dorm room? And see, that's why they had to be on this side. And let's see. Yep, that's about right there. Best wishes for a perfect day. So perfectly usable greetings, and there we do. Oh, so here they are. I'm going to leave the flaps open because I just think it's so pretty. Here are our three cards. So 2 each of the 3 cards, and the price reflects it. In the US, the price was only 21, where usually they're, I think, 23 if you get a little bit more cards. So very well worth it. And so beautiful, and something you'll be pleased to send. The Maritime Moments. Here we go. I'll show that to you again. Kit. That is available to order right now in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. And if you're on YouTube or on my blog, I've got a link to the online exclusives so you can check out all the great kits. Because, like I said, this is just barely one of them. Oh my goodness, do we have a lot of kits. Okay. I don't know what happened to my, okay. So I'm so glad you joined me. Hopefully my technical problems are over, because I have to tell you, that is not fun. Just when I thought I had everything all worked out too. But isn't that the way life is? So all is good. And I'm so glad you found me, even though it wasn't at the time that I hoped to be. But it's all good. So thank you for joining me. Let's come back here. There we go. So there's the official. Well, thank you for joining me. And we'll put the chat up on here just in case. And anyone has any questions? Oh, fantastic. So simple, but beautiful cards for the guys. And you know what? I was thinking these would make great gifts. I want to tell my ladies about that too, that they can, they're just really good gifts. People really enjoy having cards to be able to send out, and especially someone who can't get out very easily. It's a really nice gift to have. And so, well, you are so welcome, Miss Lynn. I'm so glad that you joined us. So it's that time. It's not an evening, but it's that time where I say, good afternoon and God bless.